So VETAL is almost you can say 40-year-old company. So it was started in 1982 somewhere, and we might be celebrating the 40th anniversary the coming year, maybe in 2023. So this company was started as you can say in a small way manufacturing photocell units. What at that time was usually imported from Europe, and it was exorbitantly costly, and many could not afford to buy it because of the foreign exchange rules and regulations at that time. And these products were not really made it for Indian conditions. So we had an opportunity to, you can say, make a similar product for the local customers. And of course it was quite successful, you can say, because we designed the product to suit all the technical conditions and environmental conditions prevailing in India, particularly because we have a lot of electrical fluctuations, and the ambience will be not so clean, all these things. So the product was launched and it was a heavy success, and the durability was very good, and customers gave a very good feedback on the reliability. So that was our starting point, you can say. So we developed the expertise in sensors, and we brought in different type of sensors for different applications, you can say, mostly for textile applications in cotton spinning, right from blow room to, you can say, spinning stage. So these sensors were made into products, where these products were you can say used for detection of breakages of slivers, yarn in different machines in the stages. And from there onwards we looked for additional opportunities which were available in the cotton industry, and the time was ripe when the whole industry was technologically changing. And before that you can say the material were made in stages. I mean, from blow room they usually made into a lap, and the lap was transported to different stages, and it was not you can say streamlined, or even not the flow was automated. So then we found that the materials which were usually transported in a cotton line is susceptible to damages which are caused by impurities, you can say metals or some unwanted stones which come along with the cotton. It created fire, and this fire, of course, since the transportation of material inside a blow room is through pneumatic ducts, it catches fire, and immediately it fills in different stages of the blow room. So that was the moment we thought, okay, we could develop something for protection and safety of the whole spinning layout. So we started with the blow room. So blow room we started with several products like fire detectors, spark detectors, and metal detectors, and so forth. So this is I can say in the long journey of 40 years, we came through different stages. We adapted ourselves for the changes which were happening in the textile industry. And now we have a lot of product line which is applicable for cotton industry. Okay, as I said, so we are very good in adapting the visual sensors application for different usages. So for breakage of yarn and slivers, etc., and then detection of spark, detection of metals, and so this is our expertise. So we are basically good at inspection, detection, and sorting. So all our product range will be in the line of inspection and detection only. And sometimes it is sorted, sometimes it is diverted, sometimes it is suppressed. It refers to the applications where we really do it. So we have majoritarily 3 products in the spinning industry, and all the 3 products are in the blow room only. So in a cotton blow room, you can say, since this cotton is opened by a lot of spikes to clean it up, to make a fusion of different strands. So you can find the opening rollers in almost every stages. So all these stages, when the cotton passes through it, if there is a hard material, it generates a spark or damages the spikes. Or if there is an impurity, it gets pulverized to different, it gets dismembered, you can say. Then it will be spread throughout the cotton flow, and it reaches all your yarn, and it will be a major headache to sort it out. So these 3 areas we concentrated, and the first product what we use is the fire diversion system. So for the bale plucker, you can say, which is now automated. Now the opening is with automated ways. So we have a system called BOFES, where the spark, when it is detected, immediately there will be a water jet which will be forcing the water spray on the bale. So this is basically a bale protection system, because now the number of people working in the whole spinning industry is coming down because of automation, and there are always a handful of tenders to man the machine. So even during night time, if there is a fire, then naturally you cannot expect someone to bring down water in a bucket or throw the sand to control the fire. So this system helps the customer to suppress the fire immediately. So this is one product which is used in the blow room opening point. From there, the material passes through different stages. Of course, the material is always transported through a pneumatic duct. So if the fire in some other stage, it leaves one place to another in the duct, naturally you have to have a provision to capture it. And there we have the fire diversion system. The fire diversion system is you can say, an infrared based system where you have multiple sensors around the duct. It will detect the spark, and this spark will signal the control panel. From there you can choose to suppress the fire or divert the fire outside the blow room compound. So probably in a blow room you have multiple points where the detectors are fixed, importantly before the mixing machine or before going to the chute feed carts, where you can say a missing of fire will endanger the whole carding lineup. So suppose one fire is missed, it will get into 10 or 12 cards or whichever are in the lineup. So there we provide a safety trap where it automatically detects, it gives an alarm, and it diverts the material outside the blow room to quench in a water tank. So these are all things are automatic. It is a 24/7 system. So even it can be connected to some SMS media. It can alarm or it can inform the number of people who are connected with the system there is a fire, so that they can take the next step. But before that, it will be quenched. At least for the information, you can do it. So this is called a fire diversion system. It is basically on the infrared principle. And then we have the metal detector. So this metal detector is working on, you can say, a detection principle of a magnetic detection principle. And you have a search coil where when the material passes through the detector, if other than cotton, if the metal comes, it will detect and it will signal a diverter, which is kept at 2 to 3 meters from the detection point, and all the materials will be diverted into that bin, you can say. So it helps that none of the metal pieces of certain size, you can say, will not pass from one stage to another. So this helps you to save your, as I said, the spikes or opening rollers where the damages can cause, you can say, downtime, replacement cost. Like if you damage the card wires, then one card has to be stopped and the wire has to be rewound, and it takes a lot of time, and there is always a production loss. So this metal detector can save any danger or trouble caused by hard materials like metals. Any type of metal like aluminum, copper or hard steel, it can detect. So this one product is a metal detector. And the third product what we have is the contamination machine, what is generally called. It is a cotton contamination cleaning machine. Normally when the cotton comes from ginners, of course today you find a lot of impurities in it. Earlier it was jute. Now you can say colored materials from you can say worn used materials which gets mixed up with the cotton when it is sold in the mandis or transported to the ginners, and from the ginners it reaches the spinners. So there is no mechanism to sort out the impurities. Of course there are few ginners who have adopted this technology, but you can say since the production rate is so high in the ginning industry, you cannot control the contamination there. Contamination is nothing but all kind of impurities which can come from colored fibers, plastic, any other material which you find used for packaging, paper, all these things when it gets mixed with the cotton, it will always gives a trouble. So this material has to be sorted out. So earlier you always had a number of people employed in the blow room to hand sort it. They will pick from one point to another. You can say standing both sides of the bale, they will pick it up, and the trash is removed there, these impurities of colored nature. So for that we have developed one product, cotton contamination cleaning machine. Basically this is a camera based machine. So it has different type of cameras for different type of impurities. So the material, the whole material in the blow room is passed through this machine. And this machine has, you can say, cameras to remove the plastic impurities, cameras to remove the colored impurities, and these materials are diverted again so that the impure material is removed automatically, and you get, you can say, reasonably cleaned or free from impurity material at the outer point. So this material again it is going to the carts. So this is the third machine. And then as an extension of fire detection, we have fire detectors for different individual machines also, like mixing machines we have, like waste evacuation machines we have. There you can use the detectors to detect the fire, and you can say suppress it with carbon dioxide, DCP, or even water jets. So these products are all related to the blow room or connected departments. And we have another product especially for the godowns, warehouses, where you see raw material or finished goods are stored. So naturally these godowns are opened, you can say, from time to time, and there is no one to man it. And most of these areas are all, I think, free from electrical points also. As a regulation, they don't allow wiring inside the godowns. So we have developed one smoke detection system, which is again infrared based, where the electrical supplies will be from the outer side, and the whole warehouse will be taken care by the smoke detection system, where you have a transmitter on one side and a detector on the other side. Any smoke from the floor, it will disturb the infrared beam, and it will trigger an alarm, so that you can try different ways to suppress a fire. So you can have the detectors in a crisscross way also. It depends upon the size of the godown. This sensors can take care of a length of 100 meters. So that means earlier we used to have normal smoke detectors, what we use in offices, cabins, etc. These are all called spot detectors. So there is no need for to have multiple spot detectors. So you can have one smoke detector for 100 meters. If your width of the godown is say 50 meters, you can make 4 or 5 sets so that the entire godown will be covered, and all this will be at the roof level only, below the roof, so that there is no disturbance in the movement of materials or people inside. And you can program it for different disturbances also. If the bird flies, it will not detect. If you unexpectedly, if you cross, it will not detect. It will detect only for a smoke pattern. And the smoke pattern can also be programmed by you. It is a very intelligent system. Of course, this is one product which relates to the fire diversion system, but it is used in a different region, you can say. So these are the products what we have for the cotton industry. Yeah, very good question, because you can say the need for these products always generates from Europe, where the automation takes a step first, then it actually comes to other regions in Asia. So usually these products are available in Europe, or there are many European companies which make these products. And as I said, again, these products, when it comes from Europe, I think it is expensive on one point. Another point is sometimes you may not be able to get the right service in time, and the adaptation for different machinery lineup is also not available. So these three you can say difficulties you face when you import a product. Of course, there are a lot of outlets available in India also, and there are many players who are making similar equipments in India also. So where we stand out is basically because we are a design company. So we have a fundamental R&D. We make products on our own. So these are all not re-engineered or copied items. So we just study the application, and for that application, two things stand out. One is the technology, and another is the affordability. So sometimes it is prohibitively expensive. You can say only the leading companies in India can import the product and use it. So you can say 10% of customers may use it, 90% of the customers are left out. So we usually target the 90% of the customers. And these 90% of the customers who want a product which is made in a robust way, which can adapt to their lineup, and technologically supreme, and cost-wise you can say it can be affordable, so that they can use it without pinching their pocket. So this one area where we can say technically we are almost matching any European company product, but on the other way you can say we are better than all the domestic players in the market, and we have a long standing in the industry. And you can say we are usually ahead in the design. So naturally, because of our network and because of our customer base, so the demand comes earlier. So we are a little bit ahead of our competitors in the technology, and maybe close to the Europeans in the you can say performance and other characters also. So this, I believe, is one of the core competency what we have, and this helped us to not only have a big base in India, but also in the countries where cotton is cultivated or usage of cotton is more, or where you can say apparels are made. Basically, again, you naturally have a cotton spinning market. So like you can say India, other than India, you have a market in Turkey, Uzbekistan, Indonesia, Bangladesh. All these countries have, even though there are European products available, still they find that our product is better adapted to their conditions, and we have good market. So I can say these are the standout features when you compare in the technology as well as in the price, you can say. You see, cotton, because we are basically in the cotton industry, of course, the products can again relate to other areas also. You can say a non-woven industry, it can have adaptation, and some of the products can be used in other industries also, like paper industry, film industry, all these things it can be possible. But mostly we concentrate on cotton industry. And if you talk about domestic, I believe we always target from the 60 to 80% of the market share in India. And you can say it always fluctuates. Sometimes we are 60, sometimes we are at the 80% level, I can say. And in the exports, you can say some countries where we can say we are almost 50%. Because 20% of our products are going overseas only. So only 80% of the product is catered to the local market. So wherever cotton is used, we find a market. So you can say right from 50% in some countries we have our market share. And the markets where we are familiar, you can say Turkey is one market which we are familiar. Indonesia is one market. We have a long relationship with the Indonesian market, and Bangladesh also, because of the volume what they make, we have a very good market. Other markets are, you can say, not much, but we are having our presence there, you can say. Yeah, you see, India ITME is, as everyone knows, it is the biggest exhibitions for textile industry in India, I can say, where you have a big number of exhibitors, and I think you have a large number of visitors also. And it is the best platform to see latest technology and you can say different innovations. So we have our presence in India ITME right from 1992, and we have never missed any exhibitions, and we have participated in all the editions. So of course we find that this is one of the best platform to showcase our products, and maybe in a short span of time everybody can see the product and clarify their doubts, and maybe physically see the performance working, etc. So of course this time it is coming in New Delhi. Maybe the venue is new. I think usually in other places we ran out of space, or it is always crowded. I think this new venue will offer maybe extra space so that people can move around freely. And I believe, although it is coming after 2 years of planned time, still we hope that of course it is overdue. I believe it will give us a good you can say opportunity to display our products, and we are bringing with the entire range of products to the exhibition. So maybe the visitors in and around India or other countries also are expected. So I believe it will be it will give its best possible opportunities to everyone. I think so. Yeah, in each and every product we have different stages of development, I can say. In our cotton contamination cleaning machine, we have a brand called Rapid Scan. We are bringing with additional technology range in that particular product, and that we will try to showcase in the exhibition. And in other products like fire diversion system, we have a new innovation. And in metal detector also we have made some changes according to the customers' feedback. And learning from the COVID, what we are trying to do is we are slowly moving into remote detection or remote operation or remote control of all our products, so that sometimes it finds extremely difficult for people to travel, and a lot of restrictions on the moment happen. So we have taken cue from that, and we are trying to adapt it to the latest range of products are already in the customer front. Few of the work is going on, so that it can be monitored from our company premises in Coimbatore itself, so that you can say support immediately can be given to the customer. So this particular adaptation we are trying to improve and put in all the other product ranges also. So whatever the new developments which is coming maybe in next 3 months or 6 months, we are trying to adapt this to entire product range. So in this way, you can say in addition to the new technology which we are trying to put into our machines, the possibility of rectifying the problems and sort out the problems immediately in a remote way is also possible. So these are, you can say, two different areas which we are trying to improve, and a few of them we have already adapted in the product which we are bringing to the exhibition. Yes, actually we have the product based on camera technology, and this technology can be adapted to all the other connected industries also. Suppose if you say in textile industry, as you said, it is having cotton, it is having synthetic, it is having blends. Okay, so in all these areas you can say the production is increasing day by day, and the volume is also increasing. And India is also trying to become a major player in all these manufacturing sites. And the domestic demand is also going up. And you can say e-commerce platform has come in. So the buying pattern itself is changing. Few years from now, I believe because of the huge population which offers you a best opportunity for individual needs, I think India will grow into a bigger market, provided there is a good disposable income and you can say buying power can increase. So that means India, whatever the benefits given by the government or the capacity which is being increased in you can say in a slow manner, I think this will all be utilized in future. So once the volume grows and capacity grows, naturally you can say the type of jobs which are done by laborers, you can say, that will also be hit. I don't think some work you can do with even if you employ 100 people, you cannot make that job done. So where you have the automation coming in. So in the automation, you can say either the work itself has to be automated, or you will always end up with some kind of you can say problems in the process, and these problems in the process has to be corrected then and there. So that means one person cannot stand and do the mending work always. So where you can say the cameras are going to play a bigger role, so that each and every area the cameras can be used to detect the change in the pattern, change in the color, change in the method what you are blending. So all these things are possible. So we are trying to expand in all the areas where maybe online models and offline models can be brought in for the benefit of the customers. So using this cameras and image processing technology, you can identify the unwanted thing in any process as quick as possible, so that you can correct your production process, stop the process, and maybe alter the plan. So a number of ways you can correct yourself, rather than finishing the product and leaving it to the end user at a discounted prices. You can correct it in the earlier stage itself. So these cameras can as a product and application, we are trying to expand it to all other areas in the you can say textile fraternity, I can say. So maybe in future we will find out different domains where this can be used, and we are already having some kind of preliminary work going on, and once it gets completed and the design is perfected, we might try to expand it to the other areas also. So Sure. We would, even though this exhibition is coming after 2 years of our prediction, we welcome all the domestic visitors of the textile industry. We extend our invitation to the chairman level, managing director level, technician level, everyone we like to invite. And we like to invite the overseas people also who are connected with the textile industry. So we are in hall number 12, and we have our booth as A19. So we look forward for your visit to the exhibition, and where you can have one-to-one interaction with our team. VETAL team will be there to serve whatever your questions, and we will be trying to answer it. So once again, I take this opportunity to invite all the technocrats and connected people with the textile industry to pay a visit to our stall in the India ITME.